This trailer isn't whispering hope anymore, it's sounding an alarm. Something is changing in The Chosen, and season 6 is where comfort ends and consequence begins. What once felt like a gentle walk beside Jesus now feels like standing in the path of an oncoming storm. Every look, every silence, every step forward carries the weight of what's about to happen. And there is no turning back. Season 6 of The Chosen doesn't arrive like a new chapter. It arrives like a verdict. From the very first moments teased in the trailer, it's clear this season exists in a different emotional space than anything before it. The warmth, the quiet miracles, the moments of shared laughter among the disciples, those memories now feel distant. What replaces them is tension so thick it feels suffocating. Every relationship is strained. Every word spoken carries risk. And every step Jesus takes feels like one that brings him closer to a fate everyone senses, but no one is ready to face. The trailer doesn't rely on spectacle to grab attention. Instead, it leans into something far more powerful: inevitability. You can feel it in the way the disciples look at Jesus now, no longer just followers, but frightened witnesses to something spiraling beyond their control. Faith is still present, but it's shaken. Loyalty remains, but it's being tested under pressure they never imagined. Season 6 is where belief stops being theoretical and starts demanding sacrifice. There's a noticeable shift in tone. The Jesus we see here still speaks with compassion, but there's a heaviness behind his eyes, as if he carries knowledge the others can't bear yet. The trailer hints that he is fully aware of what's coming, while everyone around him is still clinging to hope that somehow, some way, disaster can be avoided. That emotional gap creates unbearable tension. Every conversation feels like borrowed time. Every shared moment feels fragile, as if it could be the last time these people stand together in peace. Power structures are closing in. Religious leaders are no longer debating Jesus. They're preparing to eliminate him. Political forces aren't seeking truth. They're seeking stability, even if it costs an innocent life. The trailer suggests a world where justice bends easily under fear, and truth becomes dangerous simply for existing. This isn't evil portrayed as dramatic villainy. It's quiet, calculated, and terrifyingly realistic. Most unsettling of all is the sense that Season 6 will not soften the pain for the audience. The trailer doesn't promise easy answers or emotional relief. It warns us, subtly but clearly, that watching this season will require endurance. It asks whether viewers are ready to walk forward, knowing the road only gets darker. Season 6 doesn't invite us to observe from a distance. It pulls us closer, daring us to stay present as hope and heartbreak begin to collide. As the trailer unfolds, Season 6 makes one thing painfully clear: faith is no longer safe. Following Jesus now comes with real consequences, and everyone feels it. The disciples aren't just worried, they're conflicted. They believed the kingdom would arrive with victory, not vulnerability. Now they're watching their teacher walk willingly toward danger, and it's shaking everything they thought they understood. Doubt doesn't appear as betrayal here. It appears as fear, confusion, and silence. The kind that grows when prayers don't get immediate answers. The trailer hints at growing fractures within the group. Some disciples cling desperately to hope, convinced that a miracle will still change the course of events. Others are beginning to sense that obedience may require suffering, not escape. This inner conflict becomes its own battlefield. Loyalty is tested not by grand gestures, but by whether they can stay when staying becomes terrifying. Season 6 asks an uncomfortable question: what does faith look like when following God doesn't protect you from pain? Jesus' presence in this season feels heavier, more deliberate. His words land differently now. Every teaching feels like preparation. Every pause feels intentional. The trailer suggests he's not trying to calm the storm around him. He's teaching his followers how to stand inside it. That realization is unsettling. It means the danger isn't accidental. It's part of the path. Around them, opposition hardens. Religious authorities are no longer hiding their hostility. Political leaders weigh truth against convenience, choosing whatever preserves their power. The trailer shows a world where fear spreads faster than faith, and lies feel safer than honesty. In that environment, choosing to stand with Jesus becomes a radical act. Silence would be easier. distance would be safer. Yet the call remains the same. Follow me. Season 6 doesn't frame faith as something heroic or glamorous. It shows it as exhausting, costly, lonely. The trailer makes it clear that belief will be tested not once, but repeatedly, until even the strongest hearts feel worn down. And that's where the tension lives. Not in whether danger exists, but in whether faith can survive when comfort disappears. By the midpoint of the trailer, the focus shifts outward, and the world around Jesus begins to close in. Season 6 paints a chilling picture of how quickly admiration can turn into hostility. Crowds that once listened now watch in suspicion. Leaders who once questioned now accuse. The trailer suggests a slow, deliberate tightening of control, where truth is twisted and justice is manipulated behind closed doors. What makes this season especially unsettling is how ordinary the injustice feels. There are no dramatic villains declaring evil intentions. Instead, there are men protecting their positions, their reputations, their fragile sense of order. Fear drives their decisions. And fear, the trailer reminds us, can be more dangerous than hatred. When fear takes over, innocence becomes expendable. Jesus is no longer treated as a teacher, but as a threat. Every word he speaks is scrutinized. Every action is used against him. The trailer hints at false accusations, secret meetings, and plans made under the cover of darkness. This isn't chaos, it's strategy. And that makes it more terrifying. At the same time, Jesus refuses to defend himself the way others expect. There's no panic, no attempt to escape. Instead, there's a calm acceptance that feels almost unbearable to watch. Season 6 challenges the audience here. We're conditioned to expect resistance, a last-minute reversal, a dramatic rescue. The trailer quietly dismantles those expectations. It suggests that the power of this story lies not in avoiding suffering, but in willingly walking through it. This section of the season builds dread rather than shock. Every moment feels like a countdown. You know what's coming, but that knowledge doesn't make it easier. It makes it worse. The trailer leans into that discomfort, forcing viewers to sit with the injustice instead of rushing past it. As Season 6 moves closer to its breaking point, the trailer begins to focus on the emotional toll this journey takes on everyone connected to Jesus. This isn't just his suffering, it's shared suffering. Those who love him are forced to watch events unfold without the power to stop them. And that helplessness becomes its own form of pain. The trailer suggests moments of quiet devastation, stolen glances, choked back tears, conversations that trail off because the truth is too heavy to say out loud. Love in this season is no longer comforting. It's painful. To love Jesus now means to risk heartbreak. What makes this especially powerful is how human it feels. Season 6 doesn't rush through grief or sanitize it. The trailer hints that sorrow will be allowed to linger, that characters won't immediately understand the purpose behind what's happening. And that's intentional, because real faith doesn't always come with clarity. Sometimes it comes with questions that go unanswered. Jesus' love, too, takes on a deeper meaning here. It's no longer just seen in healing or teaching, but in restraint, in choosing not to fight back, in continuing to care for others even as his own suffering intensifies. The trailer frames this as the ultimate cost, loving fully while knowing it will lead to sacrifice. Season 6 asks viewers to reflect on their own understanding of love. Is it something that protects us from pain, or something that carries us through it? The trailer doesn't answer that question outright. It lets the weight of the story speak for itself. By the final moments teased in the trailer, Season 6 reaches a haunting stillness. This isn't peace. It's the quiet that comes before something irreversible. Every look feels final. Every word feels like it might be the last. The trailer doesn't show the crucifixion outright, but it doesn't need to. The shadow of the cross hangs over everything,